Hi guys, Steph here. What we've got for you today is a gorgeous pen. Absolutely lovely. One of my favourites. Can you tell what it is? Well, some of you will look at it and tell straight away. What we've got is a Onoto Plunger fountain pen. This particular one, the model is a 6235-54. We'll show you that in a moment. This one came to me from a customer, good customer of mine. It came in for service, restoration. It's come out absolutely gorgeous. I'm really jealous it has to go back. The pen is dated from, I don't know, 1940s, maybe even 1938. And again, it's one of Onoto's, as we said, plunger fillers, which we'll show you in a moment. The size of this pen from the top of the cap to the bottom of the barrel, 128 millimeters in diameter. Around the barrel, it's approximately about 11.5 millimeters in diameter. This particular one comes with this lovely and a lovely crisp sort of barleycorn pattern, as you can see there. And if we show you the cap as well, lovely and clear. You can see it's got gold fill trim. It's got the very recognisable Onoto chevron clip with the Thomas Delarue symbol to the very top of the cap there. And the nice thing about this particular model, you can see it's got the 3 bands to the top of the cap and 3 bands to the bottom of the cap. All in all, an absolutely stunning pen. Again, Onoto's being one of my favourites. I'm very jealous that I have to send this particular pen back. Let's show you the lovely crisp imprint there. You can see it says Onoto the pen, Delarue and Company, London. So again, lovely and clear. And on these pens, as some of you be aware, to the bottom of the barrel, to the plunger knob, there you go. You can see the model number, and on this one, as we said, is 6235, and then just below that we've got 54. Now some people will sort of say, well, the 6235 being the model, and the 54, I believe, is the colour, or what the pen's actually made of, because there's actually different variants in this particular model. Coincidentally, I've got a lady that's sending me another one of these particular pens, so once I get that, I may actually do a review on that one. But it's exactly the same pen, 6235, but the 54 is a slightly different model because it's a marble coloured pen. So let's take the cap off like so, which unscrews. Let's give you a twirl. Absolutely gorgeous pen. We've put new coat washers inside. We've put a new plunger washer inside, which hopefully should mean that everything is working perfectly. You can see the section there is got a slight taper to it, to this little ridge near the nib. And the beautiful thing about these particular pens are the nibs. It's got a lovely large two-tone nib. Now let's try and give you different angles. I'm hoping you can see there. As you can see, it's got this sort of palladium silver to the very top of the nib. So it's a two-tone nib, and let's give it, there we go, hopefully that's a little bit clearer. And what it actually says, it says Delarue Onoto 14 karat gold, London, and then this is a lovely number 5, sort of again a large number 5 nib. Let's show you a sideways view, show you the feed. The feed is a standard Onoto, what we term as a comb feed. Again, as you can see, lovely and clean. Everything has been cleaned and polished where need be. As we said, what we've got here is a plunger filler, which means this pen fills by unscrewing this sort of blind cap or plunger knob, and then what we do, we simply pull out the plunger like so, we dip the nib in the ink, and on these pens, as I've said numerous times, these pens fill on the downward stroke only. They do not fill by dipping the ink, sorry, the nib in the ink, and by pulling the plunger. That is not how it fills. It fills nice and simply on the downward stroke. And again, hopefully you can hear, if I be quiet for a second, you can hear like a popping sound when you press the plunger down. So everything sounds fine. Let's see if it works. So dip the nib in the ink, and again we can see a little bit of bubbling going on. So let's screw the plunger back on and let's see how it writes. Again, first time it's been tested since I've serviced it. So right, so what we have is a, okay, it's just need the ink to come through. So what we have is a Onoto, the pen. As we said, this one is a plunger filler, and there's a little bit of variation there, as you can see. So yeah, maybe there's a slight little bit of, there we go, yeah, we're getting a little bit of variation in lines. So yeah, some slight flex to the nib, but as you can see there, lovely writer, little bit of variation, writing with a fine line, but with a little bit of pressure on the downward stroke we can get a nice little bit of variation in the line. So what we're going to do at this point, let's get the ink out of this pen first of all. So we're unscrewing the plunger knob. There we go. We'll get rid of that like so, and just so that you people can maybe see how the pen actually works, let's use a bit of water to flush it. So I'll be quiet at the moment, and okay, so you hear that sort of popping sound, which means that everything's fine. So at this particular point the pen should be filling in with ink, or in this case water, and then what you do again, would screw the plunger knob back home and away you go writing. To extract it, what we do is, let's see so we can show you, again we pull out the plunger like so, and what I'm going to do is press down on the plunger, let's see so you can see. Okay, so what we're going to do again, let's put a bit more water in it. Okay, and again flush it out. So a bit more. There you go, you can hear all that sort of bubbling and sort of a gushing sound. And again at this point it'll just be filling with water. So one more time, let's extract it. There we go. Let's do it one more time for you. There you go, that lovely bubbling, gushing sound. And then we pull out the plunger and press it down again. There we go. So let's leave it at that. What I'll do, I'll flush it a little bit more off camera so it's ready to go back to Simon. What we'll do at this point, let's just give it a little bit of a wipe. Pop the cap back on. Let's leave it at that. I hope you're happy with it, Simon. Gorgeous pen. I'm jealous. I don't want to send it back, but there we have it. Leave a comment, but for now I'll just say bye bye.